Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the Nike Kobe 8 system. As you can see, it comes in this black and yellow box with the Kobe system logo on the top here with that same Mamba pattern all over the box, which looks pretty nice. You got the one Nike swoosh here in gray, and then I'll show you the label on the box as well. Reads Kobe 8 system, size 9.5 US, and the colorway here is black, something gray, vivid sulfur, and electric. So open up the box here so you can get a good look at the shoes, and you can see on the inside here it has the paper that actually matches the pattern of the shoes as well, which is kind of cool. It's a nice little touch. And I'll open these up, get the shoes out, and honestly I'm really impressed by these shoes in person. When I first saw them unveiled online, I was like everyone else and I was kind of skeptical of the whole design. They went to a mesh upper, which I thought was going to be a little bit cheap, but when you first see these shoes in person, trust me, they are really nice, especially in this colorway. Again, I wasn't expecting to pick them up in this particular colorway, but when I saw them in person, I really had no choice. I really do like the overall look of these shoes. As far as the upper is concerned, or the colorways used here, it has that Mamba pattern that they're using. It's supposed to be like the skin or the reptile skin of a black mamba snake, and I'm not sure if that is accurate on here. I'm not sure what a black mamba snake looks like, to be completely honest with you, but it does look very cool. It kind of reminds me of some kind of digital camo, not necessarily digital camo, but some kind of camo, which is why I really like it. This is the black sulfur colorway, where you have the black and the yellows, couple shades of yellow. You have the sulfur yellow, which is going to be the darker shade like this, kind of like a mustard yellow, and then you have the electric yellow, which is going to be this lighter shade, which you're going to find in parts of the upper as well. But it is that engineered mesh like we've seen in the Nike Lunar Glide 4 running shoe, for those of you that are familiar with that. It's that same engineered mesh upper on here. But it's not just a full mesh upper. Keep that in mind. It's kind of a misconception. I was a little bit confused as to if it was going to be only mesh in the construction of the upper, because I didn't see how that was going to provide enough lateral support for a basketball shoe, but there are some inlays on the inside, which I'll show you a little bit later. As far as the upper is concerned, though, it has that pattern all the way through. You have what I'm not sure is a 3M, but it's kind of like this silver, very reflective Nike swoosh on the outside. Then you have the one small Nike swoosh here on the instep, and then part of the Kobe logo with these two stripes on the back of the heel. You have the external heel counter, which kind of goes right over, kind of cuts out here in the middle, just like the last version of the Kobe's, the Kobe 7. Then you have Kobe's signature here in yellow. And then running around the edge of the shoe here, you can see you have this fused material in black all the way around. And you're going to see that there is some fused material on the inside, which I'll show you a little bit later. The tongue is made out of this slightly stiffer synthetic, and there are perforations running through it to allow for a little bit of extra ventilation. And then you do have the Kobe logo here on the tongue with a Mamba running all the way around it, which I thought was a pretty cool touch on Nike's part. As far as the midsole is concerned, it's there for looks and really has pretty much nothing to do with the overall performance of the shoe. And while I'm not reviewing this shoe in terms of performance, it's kind of interesting how they made this, or how they designed the shoe, and I'll show you that a little bit later. But you have a midsole in this sulfur color with a little Kobe braille going across the back of the heel, which is, again, cool little details that they did include, and that kind of continues on the inside as well, where you can see part of the carbon fiber shank that runs, or the carbon fiber plate that runs through the midfoot of the shoe. You can see the rest of the midsole here is that electric yellow color with the Kobe logo again right there, and that runs all the way around the toe. And then you have these little symbols here on the inside as well, which, again, cool little details that I like that Nike includes on all of their shoes. You can see on the bottom, you can see the rest of that carbon fiber plate on the bottom. It's got this nice shiny finish. It's a very dark black. You can hardly see the actual carbon fiber unless you look up close, but very cool that they include carbon fiber. Always looks cool on pretty much any shoe. As far as the sole is concerned, you have this Mamba kind of scaly pattern running through, mixed with this herringbone pattern, and then of course the Kobe logo in that sulfur color and black in the heel of the shoe. As far as the inside is concerned, or the lacing is concerned, you can see you have these little reinforcements running around here with these little kind of slightly rubberized plastic things that are there mainly to not allow for the actual lace holes to rip through the upper, because it is predominantly mesh here. I'll pull out the stuffing here and get the actual midsole out, because this is where the actual cushioning of the shoe is going to be. Basically, there's a Lunarlon insole or insert in the shoe itself. You can see it says Kobe, and this is pretty much where you're going to get all your cushioning. It's a similar system to what they used in the Kobe 7, which was the last model, but it's a little bit different in that there's no zoom unit or anything like that. It's just a full piece of Lunarlon, which is one of Nike's premium foams that they use in their basketball line of shoes as well as a lot of their running shoes. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with it by now. Interestingly enough, there is a Kobe logo and all this texturing on top, but there's no actual liner, which kind of reminds me of the Nike GS insoles, if you guys are familiar with those on the soccer side of things. Very limited shoe from Nike and a very cool technology, and it's interesting that they chose to do that on this Kobe shoe. You can see it does say Lunarlon on the side, and it's got the texturing on the bottom in that Mamba pattern as well, just to help in gripping the actual bottom of the shoe. So if you actually look now, you can see the bottom, and there's honestly very little between the sole and the actual inside of the shoe. So all the cushioning that you're going to get here is going to come from this insert, and of course the inserts aren't interchangeable. You can buy a thinner one if you want to put your own orthotic in there, and you can actually buy the Nike Plus system insert from Nike's website, I believe. So if you do have that brand new fancy Nike Plus sensor, you can use those if you buy that particular insert for this shoe. So that's pretty cool as well. As far as the liner on the inside is concerned, it's pretty much all black. And then let me just show you, let me just unlace these shoes really quick so you can see the inside. It's not all mesh, this shoe, as Nike's been labeling it as all mesh. It's not actually. There's some kind of like a, not necessarily hyperfuse, but there is some kind of fused material on the inside, if you guys can see that. And that's there just to provide that lateral support through the midfoot of the shoe. Again, it's not full mesh, it's not completely open. You can see, you guys can hear that. That's not the sound of mesh. There is some kind of stiffer material there to provide that extra support, but nonetheless it is still a very, very flexible basketball shoe from right out of the box, which is pretty nice. And again, because it's mesh, it's not going to crease or anything like that. So for those of us that are wearing these casually as opposed to performance shoes, they're going to be very, very comfortable, and they're going to look good for a long time. But that's pretty much it as far as the unboxing is concerned, and we'll move on to what they look like on feet. Alright, here's a look at the Nike Kobe 8s on feet while wearing a pair of shorts. I have one with the laces undone and one with the laces tied up, so you can get a good idea of what they look like. Honestly, I think I would wear these with the laces undone if I was going to be wearing these casually. I really like the look of these shoes as a whole. They are a low-cut sneaker, so they're going to look good with shorts no matter what. And overall, I'm just really happy with how these shoes look. In person, you have to trust me that they look so much better than the online stock photos suggest. And I just couldn't be happier with how they look as a whole. But again, a really nice pair of shoes to wear with a pair of shorts, and I'll give you a look at them now with a pair of pants. Here's a look at the Kobe 8s on feet while wearing a pair of pants. Again, I got them laced up two different ways, and because of the overall tight fit of these shoes, you really can wear them unlaced without feeling like they're flopping around on you. As far as sizing is concerned, they definitely do run true to size, but they have a much tighter fit from right out of the box than most shoes that I've worn, especially the ones from Nike. But I have to imagine that that Lunarlon insert is definitely going to compress a little bit over time. So if you want them to be a little bit more snug, definitely go true to size, and if you want them to wear a little bit more casually, you like your shoes to fit a little looser, definitely go up half a size for the best, most comfortable fit anyways. And again, they look good with pants in my opinion, no matter what you wear them with. As long as you just match up the colorway that you like with your own personal style, you should have no issues with the overall look of this shoe. I really do like how it looks as a whole. Here's just a little close-up detail on them. And again, they look awesome, especially in this colorway. In person, it almost looks like it's fire, which I think is awesome. But that's pretty much it as far as the on-feet portion is concerned, and I'll leave you to my final thoughts. Alright guys, well that's it for my review of the Nike Kobe 8 system. One thing I did forget to mention is how lightweight these shoes actually are. I believe the listed weight is 9.6 ounces, and in hand and on feet they feel really light as well, which is always nice. As far as getting a pair of these for yourself, I will have a link in the description to the review page of my website, where I will put buy it now links for all of the available colorways of this shoe. So if you do want to get a pair for yourself, all the links that you need will be available at that page. You're also going to find the high quality images of this shoe that'll give you a better idea as to how it actually does look in person. So go ahead and check that out if that does interest you. Other than that guys, if you have any questions regarding this shoe, feel free to leave a comment down below. If you have any other suggestions for shoes that you would like to see featured on the channel, leave a comment as well. If you could leave a like on the video, it would be greatly appreciated. And if you're not subscribed to the channel already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. One last thing, if you're not following me on Instagram, my Instagram is VujoJosh, just like my main channel, or like this channel minus the 2. So go ahead and check it out. You'll find a link in the description of that as well. Other than that, hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.